Welcome to this short clip where I paint on this face with brushwork. I got this commission work by the state to paint Steinmann. He survived Auschwitz and was one of the few Jews that did that. In this video, we talk about that story and also how I painted it and brushwork and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you in the main file. Okay, in the original video I was playing Aushwitz series of BBC. Because of some copyright issues, I choose to make a voiceover in this. If you want to see the original video, as I said, you can find it in the description, where I listen to the Holocaust series, among other things, when I paint this painting. But this is about brushwork, and I also actually wondering about making the whole process video with a voiceover and only talk about painting and stuff, probably other things too, to make it more valuable for you as a viewer to learn from it. As you can see here, I come on this point in the video. I've done this for sketches, and I built some texture and some structure. This was a very important commission work, because him being one of the few surviving Jews who was sent to Auschwitz and survived. His whole family died there. And most of the Norwegian Jews perished the first day they came to Auschwitz, went right into the gas chamber. A few survived, and some were worked to death and stuff. So it kind of made the whole thing way more important to meet a person who was actually there, who saw what happens. And he actually survived by in the end, he survived by become wash in the hospital. Strangely enough, they had hospital in Auschwitz. It's kind of ridiculous when you think it was a death camp. But he got sick and was sent to the hospital. And to avoid getting gassed, he just made himself get up from the bed. And he took a mop and he started to wash the floors. And when the Germans came and was going to select people to send to the gas chamber, he had made himself useful, and that was basically the way he survived, as he said himself. And you can see that because there's also a video on my YouTube channel where he talks about from the event. The Crown Prince of Norway was there, and the government and many people from the government, and he has this sit down, and there is a video of this sit down with him where he tells a story. It's in Norwegian, but there is English subtitles, so you can find it in description or after this video. Anyway, as you can see here, I go very slowly. I was so scared of screwing up when I was painting this, because when you get to a point, you have to start choosing. I also had a deadline, so I needed to focus almost like I did with the roses in a way. I had to focus every brushwork. And I knew that if I screwed up, I had to probably let it dry and then do it over again. And the intensity of it was, of course, quite extreme, knowing that if I do some real mistakes here, I won't reach the deadline or be finished inside the deadline. So it was a real challenge. You can see what I do, I just try to observe, choose, wait, see, observe, gather information, and then make a choice. And that is what you have to do if you know you can't screw up. And it's so easy to screw up. If I didn't focus that way and I got a little bit complacent, what would happen is that I would get into a flow, and then suddenly it would become what I call a mush. Or when you have done too much brushwork over one another, and in the end it's just you just can't walk back the cat, and you rather have to remove everything and start all over and try to fix it, or you have to let it dry. So that is also what I say. Try never to work under deadlines, because it's really hard. It's way harder than if you can actually have your own stuff and you can just keep painting. And when you have overworked it or tore down so much that you have to have another layer and let it dry, you have the time to do it. And this one, I just didn't have that luxury, but it also came out as one of my best paintings. If I should point to, people ask me what is my best paintings, and I think this would be one of my best paintings. And it's one of my best paintings because of how it turned out, the brushwork, the composition. You know, if you see the original file, you will see that there is a picture hanging on the wall, a black and white picture. And I actually found it in a container, and it was just a coincidence that it was on my wall. And exactly when I took the photo of him, there comes some sunbeam into the room, hitting that picture down in one of the corner. And it became so symbolic, and it's a coincidence. I didn't plan it. I thought it was good for the composition that picture hung on the wall, because it can be good to have some object that kind of drives the attention of the room. But I didn't really think that it was his family, or was a symbol for his dead family or his gassed family. So when that hit, I saw, and I took that picture, I just went, wow, this was really art by accident. And I think sometimes that things like this happen. It has also happened before, but not in the amount like this one. I also had the pleasure of painting one of the most prominent freedom fighters, or the people who fought against the Germans during the Second World War. Gunnar Sønsteby, also called Chakan in Norway. He was a resistant fighter. So I also painted one of the few resistant fighters that was still alive in 2010. And this painting was done in 2014, and he sadly died the year after. In the event, he said something that really touched me. He said, when I look at the painting, I almost feel it was worth it. He was so happy for this painting, and it is now hanging in the Holocaust Museum in Oslo, Norway. So if you ever are in Norway, you can see this painting in the Holocaust Museum in Norway. And as I say, if you like to see the main video, you can do that. And yeah. Here's also a short time lapse of the whole painting process, which appears now. You can see how I build it. As you can see, I start on this darkened canvas, and I just keep adding some building light. Sadly, some of the footage disappeared on a hard drive, so I don't have the whole process here. But you can also see the light on that photo, how it hit. And that is how I work. You know, I work with this thick and thin colors. You can see the light in the windows there. When I build the light there, it's very thick colors compared to the thin colors around. So I push the the light here in the more Rembrandt type of way, or classical way, with thick and thin brushwork, and just push until it becomes. Yeah, he died 1st of May 2015. The Workers' Day, actually. Anyway, I hope you go and see the main file, and I hope to see you on Patreon. There's a link in description.